Hi, I'm Daniel and this is Ashville Weekly episode 24. This week we plan to finish all the walls and start the roof construction at Charalambous Castle. And we only have 3 trains this week, but we have a major amount of material to move to prepare. And I'm willing to risk it all and cross enemy lines into Tottenham for another showdown with the O'Donovans. Yahida, we're flat out in it. Good job. Yeah, and where's my money, man?
We got loads of money in it.
Don't care. I can't really see what I'm doing. And I'm a tropical people. Maybe I'm getting too involved. Shut up. That'll be the end of that. Woo. This is monumentous. The contraption I've got around my waist. Start blasting my chassis. It's bloody tight, innit? For me, it's kind of warm. Beating the inside of the bodies all the way to the end made me cry. Monday morning and we're in the yard. Just had an email come through. I sent one over the weekend for the sweeper because we dumped all the oil out of the donkey engine and they wanted to put some new oil in. So I wasn't sure on the specification. They got back to me and they said that it is a 15W40. I was like, huh? We haven't got any of that. Fortunately, you can also use the same oil that we put in the Volvos, which is a 10W30. And this lorry is ready to be sprayed. So I'm figuring out how we're gonna get it down there. In other news, no trains until Thursday. So what we're doing, we're having a massive move around in the other yard as per my meeting with GB Rail Freight last week. Good thing about the boys there is that we have a conversation and we work it out together what's the best. All the material at the top, we're taking it all down, clear the area at the front to try and make a walkway. Now it is a work in progress. I'm not gonna be able to do it in like 2 days. Between now and Thursday, hopefully there's enough time. This weekend I trained successfully. On Saturday I did legs and on Sunday I did chest. And after my meeting with my mum,
you're getting too big.
And I'm getting fat, yeah. I seriously have to drop some weight. So I'm gonna start my new diet today. I'm gonna do intermittent fasting. I know it's not the best way of doing it, but I'm gonna get the weight down and then move over to smaller meals. You know when you're eating too much, when your packed lunch is on the passenger seat and you're getting the seatbelt worn in because it thinks someone's sitting there. Over the weekend, the work on my office went really well. We're preparing outside, so we're sanding this area and here we're taking out everything between these. Then we're putting a sealant here and then we're gonna paint the whole thing with 2 coats. We're gonna do like an undercoat and then a top coat. New floor levels in, nice and secure, feels a lot better already. Stud framework is around 90% of the walls and the insulation's beginning to go in. We're only doing half because we still need to run electrics and stuff like that. But unlike the other containers where we've got trunking and everything running on the outside, not in my office. In my office, everything's gonna be concealed within the walls. So we need to have a meeting this week and work out exactly where everything's gonna go. And a lot of you made suggestions about having a sliding door on my bathroom. Agreed, great idea. That's what I'm gonna do. Also, Ashville Weekly episode 23 came out yesterday. A lot of you were introduced to my mum. Thanks for watching. So I've been rolling with my Dell Latitude for a few months now. I use it for everything, to look at plans, to go on Zoom calls. I take it to site. It's very robust, it's fast, it never slows me down. Loving it. But today I'm gonna use it for something else. I'm gonna use it to find the parts that I need for our old DAF lorry, the 4th axle diff. The seal is gone and I'm gonna use this to find the parts. Now, when looking on my phone all the time, I can't really see what I'm doing. Going upstairs and trying to look on the computer. By the time I get back downstairs, I've forgotten what I'm looking at. So I can go over in the repair bay and look on this. Now I'm having a look here and I do believe the diff seal is number 38. Zooming in, zooming out, nice and fast. Don't have to squint or do anything like that. Now I've got a test for this. It's working in the yard, working on the job, working in my car. Let's try and put some editing software on this and see how it stands up to it. Glenn, do me a favor. The rushes from this morning, put them on this for me, please, 'cause I need to watch them tomorrow when I'm out and about.
Yeah, sure, no problem.
Thank you.
Cool.
Nice, thank you. Having a look at Monday's rushes here, this is perfect. Wherever I am, I can have a look at these and I can see these are the outtakes that you guys have never seen. Guys, to find out more about Dell's exclusive range of products, click on the link in the description. Want to reintroduce you to Will. Guys, you know Will, you've seen him here for a while. Will is now back, it's official. And this is Daniel Frighty. So we have to call him Frighty because there's enough Daniels here already. I just want to introduce you to the team. And you know Glenn already who's filming. Glenn, give us a nod. Good man. Click here to see a fleet of the Ashville tour. Click here to see a fleet of the Ashville tour. Well spotted. I made the mistake, don't care. I make mistakes, keep it in. But what I am happy about is that a lot of you watched it all the way to the end, because if you didn't watch it all the way to the end, you wouldn't be able to point it out. So thanks for watching. The Volvo Grab you saw here has gone for test. It's passed, 100% pass rate. Noah's on the way back now. but just before he left, the diff seal for the Diff Tipper arrived. So I'm gonna quickly bring that over here before it gets boxed in the other yard. Hopefully Noel can work on that now and we can get that ready for the morning because we're gonna be stuck without it. Oh, hopefully the boys don't try and load me. I'm not going out and doing a load. I'm going to the repair bay. No, I'm not gonna go over the wheel wash because if I do and I wet the whole bottom of the lorry, Noel will be screaming that the water's falling down on top of him. And somebody said something great in the comments. They said, Noel is like the Stig from Top Gear. You never actually see him, but the man works wonders. Completely agree with that. I've just had a look on the dashboard of this lorry and we've done 918,000 kilometers. So this lorry is probably gonna do 1,000,000 kilometers. I think that's a celebration. That's kind of like a birthday in itself. That's like one of them things when you're 100 years old and the Queen sends you a letter. Just goes to show when you take care of a lorry, how many miles it can actually do. That's all I need. Right off my own car in my own yard. Is the van all right? All right. Make sure you know I take out the windscreen on the van. Let the work begin. When you actually have a look here, you can see the oil has come all the way here. So we parked this up immediately. Thankfully, just a diff seal. Shouldn't take long to get that back on and get this lorry back on the road. You never know what the day's gonna bring you. So on Saturday, we broke our record for material deliveries. I've just been told by Simon that without the training and all the lorries move in without having to stop or without having to make gaps in the train, we have beat that record. So we broke our record Saturday and now we have smashed that record today. And there are no trains coming in, so we should be able to get the material out. However, everything going into the job tomorrow has been cancelled. Had a delivery. These are the custom black with yellow stitching benches for the Ashville gym. I am serious and I'm not shook, but all the splinters in my back are beginning to bother me because as I get stronger and like I'm bench pressing and I'm holding more and more weight, my back is going into a plank of wood and 2 scaffold poles on each side. So glad I had these made. This is going to be on the bench and this is going to be on the lat pull down. The diff seal is done on this and we just can't keep up with Noel. Noel's managed to do it and load the lorry for the morning, like while I'm standing around waiting for him. If you have a look here, the sweeper has been pulled out also. What we're gonna do tomorrow is the windscreen. Then we're gonna take it to get sprayed. We're gonna reverse it into the bay just so we got some cover over it for the windscreen tomorrow. Steering wheel's on the other side. Left hand drive, left hand drive. Is that it? Just finished in the gym. It's 8:15. I'm gonna lock up and make my way home. I had a whole day planned, but I had a surprise, random inspection visit that completely sidetracked my day. I had some really important meetings to do, but I had to drop all my meetings and escort some people around the yard and show them some things and prove that we were up to compliance. In the end, the meeting went well. I've just got to send them some paperwork. So, still on a diet, trying to train on a diet's a bit different, but the power's definitely coming back. Boom! Definitely coming back, very tired, need some rest, early start in the morning. It's Wednesday morning, it's a new day, and we start on site. Most significant difference is you can see the new ceiling level. Now, this ceiling height has been dictated by the pipes that are going to go in for the ventilation and air conditioning systems, which we had confirmed last week. So those materials aren't here, but we had the information, so we were able to have our height and keep working. Having a look at this here, we can run our cables, power everything through this, or any HDMI cables, and we've got 2 of them, so we don't have to run everything next to each other. And these go from where the projector will drop down in the ceiling, all the way to the television. This is one of the areas where you can see the plaster board is already on. We've used moisture resistant, and this is going to be the area where we're going to have a fridge, media unit, and all other electrical equipment. We've reduced the team down here at this point, so you can obviously see the work has slowed down. When this job was originally priced, the ventilation air conditioning company, they didn't realize that there'll be such a lead time on the equipment. So if we sped ahead here, we'd end up closing everything without them being here. So we've reduced the manpower, and by the time they get here, we'll bring the team back and finish her off nicely. So he hasn't turned up again. He can't just not turn up and continually not turn up. So yeah, that'll be the end of it. That was Terry. We had a driver that didn't turn up on Friday, and he sent a text message saying he had a few problems, and he said he'd be in on Monday, didn't turn up. And then Tuesday he messaged and said he'll definitely give him a chance, he'll definitely be in on Wednesday. Didn't turn up today. Unfortunately, that'll be the end of that. That's enough of here. We're gonna head over to Mr. Yianni Charalambous'. Now he's meeting me there at 9 o'clock because he wants to film an update on his house. So it's 24 minutes past 8. So I'm gonna try and get there before him and film my entire video before he gets there. I've come to the house early to try to film my video, but Jan's here on site nice and early with a black hard hat. This time now he's not management, but he has got his high vis on. And if you see, he's got the Yianni Mice Ashville high vis on. This is for when I push Yianni down the road in a lorry. Click here to watch that video. And I have a question for Yan. Yan, you got my $2? Yan owes me $2 because we had 2 bets in this house, and both times I won the bet. Click here on Yanni's personal channel to watch that video. But Yan, where's my money, man? Where's my $2? Right.
No dollars.
If I don't get my $2, I'm pulling everyone off this job. I'm not having it. That's the problem with clients, yeah? When they can see the job progressing and they can see them getting their house back, then they start to switch on you. In the beginning, it's a great job, you're doing so well. When it gets towards the end, that's when the client starts to draw air through the teeth. Yeah, your valuation, this figure, no, I think that you've done this much work. Yep, always at the end of the job. Walls are building up nicely, and we've been able to put the final steel in. Here it is for the 7.5 meter bifold opening. So we built up here, you can see it sitting here and here. And now you have a proper idea of the height of this area and how wide it is. This is monumentous. This is the first joist going in place for the new roof. Structural engineer has specified 8x2 joists here. So on this side, you can see the joist hanger. Over here, you can see the work that we've done where we've bolted to the steel, and it's not secured yet, but this is the first joist. Really happy about that. In this new extension area, we have the 8x2 joist running from front to back on 400mm centers. That means every 400, from center to center, we have an 8x2 joist. We are doing the same in this area. If you remember in previous episodes, there used to be a roof here. This is the area I mentioned where we have to take the roof off. Now this area is already built. That's the reason we put up the temporary scaffold. Now that this roof is completely gone, on the other side of the steel, we've also bolted timber into it, and we're gonna go from this point to this point. Again, going from front to back. Now you may look over here and have a look in the wall and say, where are we gonna put the joists? Aha! We have these masonry joist hangers. Let me show you. So these will fit in here nicely, and the joists will go from here to here. Over here we have the large window opening, so you can see the lintel that we've placed above here. And if you have a look down the side, you can see our cavity wall with our insulation in place. As we're not really working in this area at the moment, we've covered this side of the scaffold with some netting. And you can see we've filled around the swimming pool. And it's taken quite a chunk off the pile of muck that was here. If you flash back to weeks before, already putting earth back down the side, you'll see that this pile came all the way to here, and we've taken a significant bit chopped off here, filled around there. In this area, I've had to walk around because the wall has been built up here. Have a look here, you can see the new lintel in place. Now we're nearly finished the block work up the top. While I was here, I've spotted we have the ducting ventilation system. It's 75mm ducting. Now we're gonna have 2 Ventaxia manifolds, one on this side of the house and one on the other side of the house. The first reason being that the steels in this house mean that we can't get from one side of the house to the other. So the manifold on that side will feed that side of the house, and the manifold on this side will feed this side of the house. So this house will have fresh air the entire time. In a lot of properties, I go to people's houses and they say, oh, I've got a dank problem, and I look in the corner of the rooms and I can see mold and stuff like that. This system will ensure every room in this house has fresh air and will never have any of those condensation issues. Top floor, with the first fix done, you can see that we've started boarding at last. So ceiling and walls have been boarded. And if you have a look here, you could see straight through it. When we removed the plasterboard, we found out there was absolutely no expanding foam, insulation, anything of any sort around these windows, and you can actually see daylight all around the windows. Now we've solved that problem and we boxed everything in here. So now we're gonna be inside this area, and we're gonna box this off with plasterboard as we've done over here, and we should be good to plaster soon. A lot of you are probably gonna ask why we've got blue plasterboard on externals, we've got green plasterboard here, and we've got white plasterboard here. Let me explain firstly. The blue plasterboard is 15mm soundboard. The green plasterboard here is moisture resistant, and this is standard plasterboard. Now we've got 2 standard plasterboard on the ceiling. That will help with the cracks. And the soundboard on the walls, we've done that because when we started the job, all of the walls had blue soundboard. So when we were building this place, when we went to do the extension, Because this was an NHBC build and the existing house had piling, we had to do the same for the extension in the back garden. So we've kept the same idea and we've carried on in the house, putting things back how they were when the house was originally made. Landing on the top floor, you can see the first fit cables in place, and now we are doing the insulation. So we'll be finished this in the next 20 minutes and we'll board this wall up as well. Into the next room. Again, in this area, first fix is done. We're cutting up the board to finish boxing off the inside of this area, and then we're going to begin to plasterboard here as well. On the first floor, back in the bathroom, you can see the toilet cistern frame is in place, looking good. And you can see here, there's a light feature going in here. So we're going to build it from a solid water resistant MDF. We're going to paint it and we're going to have a light running through here. If you remember last week, we had this boarded off. I used to be able to walk straight through that. Now I'm going to have to walk all the way around. So we did that so when the client came here, i.e. Yianni and Steph, they had an idea of the size of the room and they could continue with their order for their bathroom bits and pieces and tell us any changes. So we've taken it off in this section, and within this stud work, we've built a timber frame. Now we've built that for extra security. But you can see the toilet cistern. This is going to fit in this area, and on the outside here, we're fitting this, so this will make it nice and secure. First floor fix is 95% done. So as soon as we finish boarding on that level, we're going to come down here and start boarding all of these areas. You can have a look on the walls, the way everything's been put in place, and then we're going to make our way downstairs. Now I'm signing off here for now, not because I'm leaving yet, because I have to go and film Yianni's video, which is it a more in-depth version of this video? It's slightly different because it's his house and he has a different perspective on everything, and he's obviously very excited about it, and I'm very excited to deliver it. Now I'm about to start filming the Yianni video. The man has literally taken the shirt off my back.
I'm cold, and he said to me I could wear it. He goes, it's really hot, isn't it? I'm like, it's freezing. But I'm not used to being on site. I'm used to being in a nice warm environment, clean environment.
For me, it's kind of warm, and I'm a tropical people, as you know.
I'm a tropical people.
Yeah.
When you do a house, the first stage is really, really exciting because obviously you see it all get smashed up and you see a massive, massive change. Then it goes through like a lull period where it's like, is anything going on? Now you actually see...
I'm sorry, at what period was nothing going on?
The middle... No, there was things going on, but you couldn't see nothing.
Oh, I could. I'm killing myself on the job. He's saying nothing was going on.
The kitchen, and this is the utility room, and I said, Jenny, is there any way we can move this door by 200?
Are you rolling, yeah?
I'm rolling.
Glenn can be standing there, it's fine. Guys, so I'm at O'Donovan's, and I'm not with Michael. I'm with Jackie.
The better looking one.
Yeah, well, I'm with the better looking one. I'm in Tottenham again. I've been given a pass for the day, but we're interviewing Jackie. We're talking about O'Donovan, which is a family business which has been running for 61 years. And we're talking about women in construction, women in the industry already, and women who are coming into the industry. Now, again, we've had to make a separate video on this because Ashville Weekly would end up being 3 hours long. So look out for this. And I'm going to put the pressure on here. Glenn has taken it upon himself to take this back to the office and start chopping this up and editing this immediately to try and get this out to you as soon as possible. So today is Wednesday, the 17th of February. So let's see when this video...
March.
St.
Patrick's Day.
That's what I meant. Yeah, and I looked on my... do you know what it is? It says 17, but it didn't say the month. Anyway, we'll see when this one comes out.
How do I look?
We're in the green for St. Paddy's Day, yeah?
Paddy's Day, you've got to wear the high visibility pack. Can't go, it's health and safety. We do practice health and safety in our yard.
Is it gone, the lorry? What'd you sell that for?
Yeah. I didn't get what I should have got for it.
What'd you sell it?
I think,
That's cheap, man.
I just want them out of the
For a 13 plate. You're driving down the price of lorries, man. How am I going to get any money for my old ones if you be selling them for that price?
We just need them out the door, use them gone.
Yeah, but you don't want to give them away.
We got loads of money in it. We work for proper rates, so we've got loads of money in the pot.
Proper rates. So you coming QPR next season then, if we're allowed in?
Wait.
We do a day out at QPR. Michael come down last time, so yeah, we'll be repeating that this year. We're going to go and look at Jackie's trophy cabinet now.
It's been broken into. Like Spurs, it's empty.
So this man's gone and watched Ashville Weekly, episode 23, just to see himself in it. That's why he's watching it. And he's seen my mum. And he's trying to say he's going to give my mum O'Donovan umbrellas to take to St. Lucia and O'Donovan wear. No chance.
Without fail, we will have some umbrellas, some T-shirts to go to St. Lucia, because I'm sure they'd love to wear the red.
There's no chance that people in my family in St. Lucia will be walking around with O'Donovan umbrellas.
Umbrella, very good, very cheaper than the Ashville ones.
I'm going to just put some food in here to warm up, fading fast. Let's go and have a look how we're getting on in the yard. Well, my office is starting to look black. I can see this is the undercoat, whereas the boys are going to do these bits later. And I can tell by the feel of it and the look that my door has been sanded down for only one coat, looking good. Sweeper's ready to go. I had confirmation from Greg, our friends at STS, who got me up in the 185-foot cherry picker. Click here to watch that video. Well, he's coming at 9:30 tomorrow to collect this, and he's going to drop this off for us for this to be sprayed. And I think we'll meet him up there and have a look around the yard. I can see now here, for those of you who don't know what a grab box is, a grab box is a skip with welded on side. So we take this and we put this outside a job. So when your conveyor belt's running, the muck all goes into this, and the grab lorry can take muck out of this. I was speaking to Terry earlier, and we couldn't get hold of someone. This was meant to go to a job, and they didn't take it, so we've come back, and I assume it's just been dropped here in a bit of a rush. And then I assume as that concrete lorry's there, it must have a puncture or something on it. So I'm going to find out what's going on without getting too involved, because I'm starving. The light's not working on the front.
Nah.
That means the connection on the back of it's shag.
Yeah,
Call Rudy. Just call Rudy, we can't do nothing about it. Just going to take a walk around to the backyard. Doing a little experiment. Not kind of an experiment, but there are other things that need my attention, and Terry's more than capable of the operational stuff. So I've kind of stepped back. Terry's doing a lot more of it is on his own, and we have someone new starting in transport on Monday, and then Terry's going to teach them the ways, etc. You have to be held accountable for what you're doing. You can't blame everyone else. You have to think about what you're doing. And I had to think, maybe I'm getting too involved in the transport for no reason. Maybe I'm just not letting go. Maybe I'm holding on. So I've kind of stepped away and kind of left Terry to do it on his own a bit, because I do have other important things to do, and credit to him, he's getting on well. When the new guy starts on Monday, hopefully he's a fast learner and he can pick it up. He seems like a smart lad. Then hopefully it frees me up to doing the things that I really want to do. When I actually have time on the last time I actually think when I had a day when I thought creatively was Christmas Day. Christmas Day I thought creatively, and I was thinking about so many great ideas and things I wanted to do. I had to write them all down. But I don't have time to think because I'm so bogged down with day-to-day tasks and putting out fires and stuff. So if I can free my time up a bit, then I can begin to try and push the company on again, as I did to get us to this point. But I've grown something that's so big that I'm just so involved and consumed by it, I can't do anything but run it, which isn't good for our future and moving forward. So let's hope. I'm not going to say fingers crossed, because I'm trying to put things in place, and that would, fingers crossed would mean I need luck. I'm trying to put things and people in place and infrastructure that mean that I can keep advancing the company and thinking creatively. That's the plan anyway. The boys have done well today in my absence. They've taken all the material off the top there. They've pulled it all down, and they've been loading from this area. And you can see along the front here, they've skimmed the front of this all off, just to make sure that there is a slight gap here. Next week, you heard my conversation with Terry, we only having 2 trains in. That'll give us more time to get material out the gate. And what we need to do is just take the front off it and just leave a small walkway. Having a look at the track, we need to do a walk of the track tomorrow. I can see that the sprinkler's still on, and I can see the dark areas of the material, which show the material's wet. So I think the guys did good in my absence. Not happy about them just leaving the digging bucket stuck in the middle of the material there, because someone might not see it and do something silly, but yeah, looking good.
They filled out the application form in one division of it, and the PO was for a different division.
Okay.
So the PO and the application form didn't match, so I had to ask them to resubmit
Who spotted
the
that?
application form. With me and Julia, to be honest. The 2 of us were looking at it.
Do you know what would have happened there? You know, we would have gone to get paid, and they would have said you're not getting paid.
PO, the application form, that's what I said. Like when I spoke to the lady, I can't do any work under that PO because the application form, the account is going to be set up in a different company.
Yeah.
So when it comes to billing, we're going to be billing the wrong company.
Okay.
So they had to resubmit the application form to suit the company because of the different subdivisions of each one.
Fine. And she wanted to talk to someone about the credit limit.
Wanted to talk to her about the credit limit because the credit limit that we've opened up their account with, potentially we could do that work in a day.
Okay, we'll see how it goes. It's good to come back and see that the people here handled everything. It's good, man. It's good. Bruv, don't start hyping. You know when you wish you never said, shut up. You know when you wish you never said nothing, all right, cool. You're cack at your job, like, come out the camera anyway, man. Concentrate on your job. Don't worry about the camera. This guy and her. You know when you wish you never said nothing? Done a little experiment, and Terry's not capable of the operational stuff. Terry's muck and too involved. Terry can't blame everyone else. Terry's his fault, man. Why are you laughing? Look at him just busting up. Like, why are you laughing? It's just what?
I just love getting a reaction. I just love it.
Why is he laughing though? He's walking around laughing. You must love your job.
Oh, do you know what? That's what it is. That's exactly what it is, yeah.
Thursday morning, I'm in the yard. You can see here, we've cleaned the track. We're ready for the train to come. The train's not here yet. It'll be here any minute. And again, the high points over there, we've pulled them down. And I'd say we're ready. We're just cleaning the open space in the middle here. But the pile's definitely looking a lot better. Height material's down, the material's flat. Go have a closer look. It's not the biggest walkway in the world, but there is a walkway here, so you have some space. The stones that were on the track have been moved. That's our train going past. So what our train has to do is go past here, go down there, turn around, then when it turns around, reverse into the yard. So we've got about another 45 minutes. I'm glad it's nice and flat up there. The massive piles you saw at the back here, all of that was taken down and brought to the front. The advantage of doing that is when the LH60 is operating here, he can take it and just put it straight behind him. We can remake these piles here, and then next week we can take these piles again and then try to cut the whole level down here again, take off more at the front to make a walkway. It's an ongoing process. Because of the amount of material that's going through here, you have to work on these things daily, and at the end of the day, you see what position you're in, then you have to make a strategy and a plan for the next day. So there's no quick fix. You don't just do it and say, right, that's it. We got to keep going, keep trying to improve, and keep corresponding with all the relevant parties. Just taking a few pictures to send to the guys who you saw me in a meeting with last week from GB Rail Freight. Let's get out of here, and hopefully any second now the sweeper will be picked up. My office refurb is going well. Looks a lot better in black, doesn't it? And yeah, forward we march. Okay, quick pit stop, like Formula One. Some of these new Scanias, when they put the bodies on them, what they put on the side here to hold the side rails and stuff is far too thin, so it breaks away, and what happens is everything drops and it starts to sit on all the electrics running up and down. It starts to sit on the wiring loop. We're changing 2 tyres at the back. While we change the tyres, Noel, aka the Stig, the man you've never seen before, is putting this on, and then hopefully we can put it back together. So there's 2 teams working simultaneously on the lorry. See, this is the side light that's sitting on the cyclist barrier. So we've got to take everything out, take these bolts out, and then we have to put this down here somewhere. So, and then we're going to have to check it all. But if you look, what happens is when it disconnects here, it puts all the pressure sitting fully on the wiring loom. If this rips all of this, then Scania are going to say, oh, that's not under warranty, it's wear and tear, and I can't be having that. This is the old piece. So this is connected to the chassis, and this was the piece that was going onto it. Look, snapped. This is just the vibration in the lorry and it moving around, but this is far too thin to put this on the body of a lorry like this. Tippers do hard work. They're in and out of tips. They're in and out of construction sites. It's far too light. So they have sent us replacements, but we have to put them on ourselves. This is the original M piece, what we're putting back on. Putting some pop rivets in. Keep going. Till it breaks. There you go. Let it out. Good to go. So you can see these still hanging down. So we're gonna tie these here with some cable ties to keep it underneath here and secure. Had a little sign made, measured it out myself, let's see if it fits. Back out on the road, you see? 3 tyres changed, the whole side of the lorry fixed as well, everything's working, good to go. Good pit stop. And now my sign, boom, perfect. I think if you turn around in here, you might get grounded because of the levels. I think you might need to go back down. I'll let you turn around and then reverse up here. All right, cool. Let's reverse up a bit. Please bring it down, yeah? I'm trying to turn around in the other yard, yeah? Yeah, you can turn around inside. They know you're coming, yeah?
Don't get my face on camera, please. Man, it had a trim.
The driver at STS says he don't want his face on camera because he ain't had a trim. Boy, he never said nothing about his voice. Let's go. Yep, come on. We're flat out in it. Even a little delay of like 2 minutes, look, things start to back up. That's why we need everything clear. We need it open. We need to get in and out as quickly as possible. That's where if you lose 5 minutes on this load, 6 minutes on the next load, 7 minutes, you end up losing a load at the end of the day. So that's why I need to stand out here to make sure that I direct everything. And yep, STS have turned around, and we brought the sweeper down here to make it easier as well. I could do with one of these, but we haven't got enough work for it. STS always look after us, and they're very nippy. Let's get it on there. The gear stick ain't labelled, it's jokes. No, is it me or is that clutch very sensitive? He ain't hanging around, is he? We're just securing the vehicle on the back of the low loader, and then we're going to go down to where it's being sprayed, have a look at the setup there, and see if we can't set up some cameras for some time-lapse footage. Here we are. It's bloody tight, isn't it? STS have got their work cut out for them here. That's some serious techers trying to get out of here. You're good here. Got more here. He's got more here. Well done, good work, thank you. As Hancock would say, good job. All right, let's have a look-see, will we?
Yeah, sandblasting day, straight down the bottom of the yard.
All right, so we'll start sandblasting Monday.
Monday, yeah.
And how long will we sandblasting for?
Be 1 to 2 days.
How are we doing?
All right, Daniel, how are you?
Been some years, isn't it? How's things, you all right?
Yeah, not too bad.
You haven't seen one of ours up here in a while, have you?
No.
Long time.
No.
4 or 5 years, something like that?
Is it that long?
The last lorry I sprayed was when you just moved here.
Yeah.
You were halfway here and still there. I remember that fella when we were spraying some of our older lorries. He sprayed a lot of our older lorries, a long time ago. Remember, nothing on my chassis, yeah? Please, like, leave my cables alone. Like, I know what'll happen if you start blasting my chassis.
Well, I've seen your views. You get quite a lot of views, don't you?
Yeah, mate. The weekly shows averaging about 250,000 after a week. Yeah. All right, so we've got the plan. We know where it's going to be sandblasted. We know where it's going to be sprayed. We have a nice open area. We can put the drone up in the air, and thankfully today I won't end up face down in handcuffs. Click here to watch the previous episode where that nearly did happen. End of the day, this lorry's just backing in. We just had to blast off the back door because all the red tape was coming off it. It was picking away. So while we've got it in, because this lorry's not out at the moment because this driver is no longer with us. Yep. So we've taken off the chevrons on here as well. We're going to put new ones on because the pop rivets came out. And we're going to put some more red tape round here because it was all getting a bit dirty and you couldn't see what was going on. This lorry as well has taken a slap on the side. I mean, these lorries do go in and out of tips. It's very rough. And somehow they've managed to damage the AdBlue tank. This has also been driven back. If you look at this from the side, this has hit something. Maybe they backed too close up to the pile and this has been knocked back as well. So we're going to move this back, put the red tape here. Earlier on, Noel was underneath the lorry. I shook the steering. Everything looks fine from that perspective. So it's just a few aesthetic points to make the lorry perfect. So we're going to leave this to dry overnight. First thing in the morning, we're going to put some black paint here. When you have fresh black paint, then the adhesive from the sticker sticks on it a lot better and you get a much better grip. And lorries don't tell lies. Look at this. This man got stuck somewhere and somebody in a machine pushed him out of there. Not good, but probably didn't put his diff locks on or anything like that. So nah, what can you do? It's 5:42 and it's still bright, so definitely summer's coming. A strange one earlier, I was sat at my desk and I was on a Zoom and Simon the accountant walked in and he said to me, there's an ambulance downstairs. And I was like, why on earth is there an ambulance? So I've come to my office and come downstairs and it turns out that somebody in an ambulance was on a call just down the bottom of the road here. But then they had a look and they realised that Ashville were here. So the gentleman actually is from Scotland and he's come down from Scotland down to England to help the NHS because the NHS are under pressure at the moment. And as he was here, he popped his head in. Now, ordinarily, I can't see people like that for a number of reasons. However, I've always got time for our emergency services. So people in the NHS, thank you so much for what you have done. And you personally, thank you for popping in. And he said he watches Ashville Weekly with his son every weekend. So I wish I got your name, mate, but I didn't. But shout out to you and shout out to your son. Hopefully you're watching and thank you to the NHS. Friday, we're in the yard. New signs on. Back of the Volvo Tipper is good to go now. We've got paint, red tape, we've got our chevrons, and we've even painted this push bar as well. Looking good, ready to go back out on the road. Noel is just changing the mirror because the bottom mirror was a bit flappy because the driver had hit it a few times. So we're just going to change the whole unit. Volvo aren't actually that bad replacing mirrors and stuff like that. Some of the other manufacturers, they're very expensive, but the Volvo one's an entire mirror. It's quite reasonable actually. Right, the new mirror is on. We put the stainless steel cover back. It was very difficult to do it because everything at the top was completely seized, so getting the bolts out was a nightmare. Whoever drives this now is going to have full vision. Had a strange day today. There's plenty going on, but I've been trying to give my attention to things which have been dragging on, which I haven't managed to do. Sometimes it gets on top of me a little bit, thinking about all the little things I want to do but I haven't done, and I need to practice to look at what I have done as opposed to what I haven't done. So many things I want to put in place, and when I'm not doing them, I feel like I'm losing, but I'm not really losing. But even if I was losing, I haven't lost. So I have to be grateful for where I am and what I've got and continue to try and stay focused and push on. It's not always about losing and winning, because sometimes you really want to win something, you win, but when you win, you actually lose in another area. And sometimes when you lose, you actually win in a different area again. I'll give you an example. Most of the most terrible things that happened to me in life and in business eventually turned out to be a blessing. All of them. The most terrible things that happened to me, that broke everything up, that had me on the verge of bankruptcy, that made me cry. Obviously it didn't make me cry, but you know what I mean. Those things all eventually, when I look back, turned out to be the best things that ever happened to me. So I've got to stay strong. It's 4:38, a lot of the boys are getting back now. I can hear the rocks beating the inside of the bodies, so everybody must be loading. We're relatively busy tomorrow. I don't think we're going to break another record tomorrow, but we're going to give it a good go. Terry's not in, so I'm going to be in. Simon the accountant's in, so hopefully the sun's shining, we get through today and get prepared for Monday. See you tomorrow. Good morning all. Let's get this right. Guys, let me know in the comments here if you can hear me clearly. Guys, here's what we're doing today. I am walking to work. I like to get in the gym. I like to pile on that muscle. Boom. But there's a bit of weight what we need to shed, and I'm far too big to go running. I've got plenty of knee problems, plenty of back problems. So I've got this contraption strapped to my waist. I've got my other phone in my hand, leading me to work. 3 hours and 32 minutes. You know, I'm not going to let the map tell me how long it's going to take to get to work. I'm now walking on a motorway. I look like a complete weirdo. There's an Ashville there! Yes, that's what I'm talking about. Will you see me? Hey, Dimitri! There's a grab going past here. Yes, there he is. Yes, that's what I'm talking about. I'm in Hayes, London, and I'm trying to get to West Drayton. So I assume this is gonna, oh, what a disrespect. 1, 2, 3. Oh my God, 3 O'Donovan Tippers. What the hell is that man doing here? Oh, someone's running. Yes. How you doing?
Very good.
Right?
I just ran from home.
Oh, look, this man just ran from home to join us. What's he saying? What, were you watching the live feed, yeah?
I was.
Hey, listen, guys, this man, this kind man, brought me some protein yogurt.
Only because he's serious.
And you brought me some water as well. Thank you so much. And what's your name?
Manny.
Manny here in Hayes. He's run and he's caught up with me. You know how they say, when I was thirsty, you gave me to drink. My brother, thank you so much, I appreciate it. 1 hour and 26 minutes from work. We are down to 4.1 miles, people, 4.1 miles. Ben Odom. Hey, Ben, shout out to you, my brother. I'm trying to keep it up. What's happening?
You're a true inspiration, my brother.
Thank you. How you doing? You're live.
Big up, mummy. Big up, Auntie Paulette.
Yes.
One love.
Thank you very much, my brother.
Seriously.
I've never seen that before in my life.
Say good morning.
Good morning, you. I say, in Welsh, I say, Yahi da.
Yahi da. It's not every day people do stuff like this. There's people who could do this slower. There's people who could do it faster. That doesn't really matter to me. What matters to me is that I've done what I can to push towards sorting out things, and it's good for my mental health, and it's something that everyone else can do. Everyone who's joined us, thank you all so much. I know you all have things that you could probably be doing. Oh, I can see my video team. I can see the Ashville video team. There's Frighty, and well, there is a drone in the air. I'm not quite sure why we need a drone, but hey, there's a drone in the air. Guys, have a look at that. The Ashville video team are here. How we doing? You right?
Yeah, how you feeling?
Oi, I'm not gonna lie, I'm thirsty and I'm hungry. So the Ashville video team are here. Will's here, Brighty's here. They've come to meet me on the road. We're walking in. You can see this ridiculous contraption that I've got around my waist. Oi, you're not, this is our power walk. You're not gonna, you're gonna have to keep, I don't think you're gonna be able to go backwards. You might need to walk next to me. I'm trying to get there. I've walked to work. I've been walking for like 4 hours. Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna be able to get up once I sit down, but you know. Guys, let's take some comments, make sure I don't miss any of you. Well done. He's been watching since 7 a.m. A long walk is your preferred exercise. Yes, Mars Barton, thank you for watching for so long. My legs are shook, man's not serious. I'm sweating watching. Mr. Auto, your jokes. Don't say that, you can get out and you can do it. Come on, give it a go. What's this? Andrew Acosta, speaking for everyone, your audio quality is way better without headphones. Oh, really? We're not far now. I'm not gonna check my phone because the end is in sight. I wanna see a couple of Ashville lorries. That's what I wanna see. I want to see a couple of Ashville lorries. Hello! Hey, Fry, you look like you're struggling to keep up, mate. I've been doing this for a long time.
This thing's heavy.
Oh, that thing's heavy, is it? What are we at now? What's our numbers at? Where are we? We are at 3,600, so I think that a lot of you were sleeping when we started. Apologies for that, but you know your boy is serious, and I get up out the bed early. The end is in sight, guys. I can see the yard. I'm on the home straight. We seem to be getting a lot of love in the local community. That's good. Hopefully they see that I always want everything to be good with them, and the changes that I make and the things that I do and the things that I put in place. Often, a lot of that's not recognized, but what can I do about that? We are bearing down on the Ashville yard. This has been the Ashville Power Walk. This has been like a mini version of life. There's been things to overcome. Hasn't been easy, but we have pushed on and we are getting there. I need to warm my hands up. I need a lot of water because I'm definitely savagely dehydrated. I am now coming up to the main entrance on the road. There are some Ashville lorries. Let's show that. Look at the Ashville lorries here. There we go. There's one. Come on, show me another one. Show me another one. There's two. Good lads. I'll see the boys now. So while I've been doing this, I've been in contact. Oh, I nearly slipped there. That's 3 times I've slipped now. That's 2 Ashville lorries I've seen there. I think we're slightly behind O'Donovan by 1. So hopefully now I will see a couple on here so we could take over O'Donovan with the spottings. We are now coming into the main area. We are bearing down. This is like Agamemnon returning to Ithaca. This is like in Gladiator when that what's his name? When that scumbag Commodus returned to Rome. Whoa! I nearly got cramp in the calf there. Keep moving. What's the time? The time is 9:50. Coming up towards the yard. I can see the boys are working on the office. They're working on my new office. Thankfully, the A is in sight. We are getting into the yard. The train, is the train here yet? Yeah. So the train is in. Hold on, we have a comment. Let's take this comment. The Mimi man says, I'm still earlier than Terry. Come on. There it is, guys. There is the A. I have successfully made it to work. We are at 4,000 people are now live. Here is the A. I've made it to work. They said it would take 4 hours. I'm not sure how long it's taken. I'll check later. Hopefully I've burnt a lot of fat. Too heavy to go running, so hopefully this helped. If you want to see how the contraption I've got around my waist, you're going to have to watch Ashville Weekly because I'm going to dismantle it on Ashville Weekly. I can now unplug the charger. So the charger is unplugged. Can you take this off for me, please? My hands are killing me, man. Okay, I don't even know how to end the live. There we go. So this is what I had on here, and now I'm gonna take this off. Pull it out. All right, take that off, unstrap myself. Fuck. He gave me food. He put his business card in there. Oh, you're the man. Shout out Yan. Guys, click here to see his personal channel. He left a comment at 9:53. Thank you for your support, bro. When I'm finished at 9:53. Thank you so much for that. Appreciate it. One thing I didn't think about was that I didn't bring a jumper. So I'm actually wearing Julia's jumper, and this is the guest hat. This is the guest hat because my hard hat and my orange jacket are in the car, and I also don't have orange trousers, which is a problem because we have a serious problem in the railway yard. The L860 is down. Apparently it's got an AdBlue fault. The train is here, the train is loaded. We cannot offload it. So this is a massive problem. But Libra are trying to regenerate it, but we don't know what's gonna happen. And the train is here loaded. We've asked the driver to speak to Control, to ask Control, the Network Rail, if we can have an extension to the time we've got, but there are no promises. So now I'm not in orange. So I've got to try and speak to everyone from here. Guys from GB Rail Freight being helpful as always. There's not really a lot they can do. The engineer came over to me from Liebherr. He's trying to just do a rejig of both systems just to get the machine going again so we can get the train offloaded. It's 1:27 and there's only 3.5 carriages offloaded. So to get it, it's going to be something to get this offloaded. And we don't know when the L86 is going to be working again. So I cannot send carriages back. If I send carriages back, it's going to be a massive fine. So we're up against it. And I haven't got my orange gear, so I can't safely be in there. I'm trying to lead by example. That's it for Ashville Weekly, episode 24. The L860 has been fixed and is trying to offload the train now as we speak. In the yard and on construction sites, we made good progress and we kept it moving. Speaking of keeping it moving, it took me 3.5 hours, but I managed to walk to work this morning while on a live YouTube stream. Click here for the Ashville website. Click here to subscribe to our channel. Click here to see a video of me walking to work live on a YouTube stream, and click here for last week's episode, which is number 23. We don't offload this train in time, you know what's going to happen.